Good morning. This is Judge Alyssa Perez presiding over the 210th District Court Civil Docket for July 17th, 2024. All matters being heard today are being heard in accordance with all directives regarding remote proceedings. In addition to that, we are streaming all matters live via YouTube for public viewing. Mr. Nanez, would you call our first case, please?
Calling cause number 2023 DCV 2990 Sandoval Properties 6 LLC versus Elizabeth Ogas. Announcements, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael Hirsch on behalf of Sandoval Property 6 LLC. Ready to proceed?
We're set for a status conference. Let me, my Odyssey is just a little slow, Mr. Hirsch. What are we waiting on here? Oh,
Judge, you actually had a setback in May for a status, and I explained my client was trying to mitigate damages so that we could do a default.
uh-huh.
About, I guess it was a week or 2 weeks after the hearing, I received a call from Danny Gonzalez that he would be representing Ms. Ogas, and that he and Mr. Lopez were going to work something out. And my notes indicate they did get it worked out, that we need to work on some settlement documents and then get them over to the court.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see Mr. Gonzalez here, just in terms of an entry or anything like that. I'm going to reset you for 30 days, and then we'll see if you all have made any progress, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Thank you. May I be excused?
You may. Who's next?
Same page, Judge. Page 1. Now calling docket number 2023 DCV 2608 Regent Care Center of El Paso versus Susana L. Plate et al. Announcements, please.
Hugh Putman on behalf of the plaintiff, Regent Care Center of El Paso.
I'm sorry, was that Mr. Putman that was speaking?
Yes, Hugh Putman from
Okay.
Bromer and Associates on behalf of Regent Care Center of El Paso.
Okay, it looks like we have our motion for default. Had it been set before it was filed on June 18th, we had the order setting hearing. Normally on these, Mr. Putman, I ask that there be confirmation of notice of today's hearing to, it looks like Miss Pilot and Miss Maury. Do you happen to have that?
Yes, I have the notice of hearing here sent out on the 20th day of June 2024. Let's see. If you don't, I'm gonna take one moment.
If I'm thinking of the right case, these two individuals, one might have been at another facility, if I'm not mistaken. I thought you all had asked for subservice. Am I getting my cases confused?
No, I think you're right. We did substitute service back in March, and then we achieved service in April. Sorry, so I think I'm looking at the more recent one of this specific hearing.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I believe I've got it here in my files. I thought I had this one with me. Because I have my order here, and I've got the notice here. One moment. Okay, I have the return of substitute service for both of these for both defendants. One on I've got the Miss Susanna Pilot, and I've got one for Miss LaDonna Pilot. One moment. Okay, Your Honor, do you mind if I share my screen to show the notice that I have, just to make sure that I'm looking at what you're requesting?
So yes, you may. If we're just talking about the order setting hearing dated June 20th, what I'm looking for is to see that that was also forwarded to the defendants.
Ah, I apologize. One moment then.
If you don't have that, Mr. Putman, it's not unusual. What I'm going to do is reset you for 30 days. I can give you an exact date, and then that order setting hearing, which should be generated this week, needs to go to Miss Pilot, or Miss Maury.
We can, Your Honor, but I do have actually, I've just been able to pull up the notice of hearing. I apologize
Okay.
for both of them. That was sent out on June 24th. Do you need me to email that to the court coordinator?
That'd be great, but
Okay.
can you tell me when you sent it out? I'm sorry, tell me.
It says here it was sent out on June 24th, 2024.
Okay, and how was it sent?
It was sent via regular mail and through I'm forgetting the term. I'm sorry, tracked mail, the certified mail.
Certified mail?
Sorry. Thank
Did
you.
you get
Yes.
it? Did you get any confirmation of delivery or anything like that?
We do. We have the returned
Beautiful.
card. So I can email all three to your court coordinator now.
That's perfect. You may proceed on your default.
Okay, thank you. Now I need to get back to that motion one more. Okay, of course, right? And okay, this case was filed back in August of 2023 by Regent Care Center of El Paso on Suzanne L. Pilot and LaDonna Moray. We served them with citation on April 26th, 2024. Citation proof of service are both on file. The deadline to answer was May 20th, 2024, and they have not filed an answer. So we request the full damages of $5,510, as well as attorney's fees and court costs in this matter.
All right, the court having reviewed the motion, the attachments, the exhibits, the court is going to grant your default judgment, Mr. Let me look at your name. Where are you? Mr. Putman.
Thank you.
If you would please forward, in addition to those documents that you mentioned, your proposed order, and we'll get that signed off and filed with the court.
I'll have that over to you shortly, and I will personally say thank you for getting my name right. I get a lot of Putnams, so it's appreciated.
I don't think I have enough coffee, so I was struggling, but I'm working on the coffee situation. So.
It's much appreciated.
Am
I excused?
You are. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's go. Who's next?
Judge, page 1, bottom of the page. Calling cause number 2023 DCV 3573, Jesus Gabriel Becerra versus True Hotels Partners LLC et al. Announcements, please.
Jeff McElroy on behalf of the plaintiff, Becerra.
Isaac Blanco on behalf of the defendant, True Hotels Partner LLC.
And we are set for a status conference. Let me see. All right, this is our first setting. I see a motion to compel filed about a month ago. Are you all ready for some type of trial track, or how are you wanting to handle this?
Your Honor, Mr. Sanchez was gracious enough to give me an extension on discovery because our client was unavailable for quite a period of time. We just now finished his written discovery. I received a request for scheduling depositions, and that'll be the next thing we do. So I think on the next status, we'll be able to tell you when we think we'll be ready for trial. I don't think it's going to be a complicated case at all. And I think maybe one round of depositions, we could ask for a trial date. But you never know what, in employment cases, you never know what witnesses are going to say in their deposition. And, sometimes you end up chasing 2 and 3 layers of witnesses on one issue. So I think at the next status conference, we'll be able to do a trial track and probably put in a scheduling order.
All right, Mr. Blanco, are you in agreement with that?
Yes, that sounds fine. I agree with Mr. McElroy. This shouldn't be too complex of an employment case. But we're not opposed to setting trial now or at the next hearing. Either or is fine.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The longer we push back means the later the trial date is going to be. So I'll give you another status conference in a scheduling conference in 60 days. Okay.
Thank you.
We know that probably puts us into maybe early fall, late summer of next year. Alrighty.
Thank you, Your Honor. Excuse?
Thanks. You may. Thanks for your time. All right, who's next?
Page 3, Judge. Now calling cause number 2023 DCV 2147 Magdalena Kabadik et al. Versus Julia C. Macias. Announcements, please.
Good morning, Ariana Ortiz for plaintiff.
Good morning.
Judge Christina McLaughlin for the defendant.
Good morning. Status conference. Mediation was on the 27th and you all are here.
Your Honor, we did have to reschedule that to August 7th. So we do have a mediation scheduled for August 7th.
Oh, okay. Let me find your case really quickly and check our settings. Okay, we're gonna push you back. You said August 7th?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ooh, that's right on our date. We'll do August 14th. At that time, if we don't have a resolution, then we'll just get you on a trial track. Does that sound good?
Thank you,
Thank
Judge.
you, Judge.
Thank you. You all are excused unless you have something else.
No, Your Honor.
Thank
So
you.
many boxes. Do we have everybody here on Hotel Sancho Panza? Because that will clear up my screen quite a bit.
We have everybody, I believe, except for Mr. Skipworth, and I can fill him in.
He's in trial.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say we missed him last time, and I think he showed up the next day on my criminal docket. And I said, "What?" Okay, let's call Hotel Sancho Panza because
Yes,
the
ma'am.
screen is too full.
Yes, ma'am. Calling cause number 2019 DCV 0505 Hotel Sancho Panza LLC versus FT James Construction Inc. et al. Announcements, please.
Sylvan Lang on behalf of the plaintiff.
Stephen H. Nicky, Your Honor, on behalf of FT James.
Harold Davis on behalf of Jordan Foster Construction.
Marwan Bhatti on behalf of Bass Celtic Inc.
That everyone? Okay, and absent, Mr. Skipworth is absent, but council's mentioned he is in trial. We have us down for a scheduling status conference. Mr. Lang, we'll start with you.
The disputes with the subs that are not parties have been resolved. There is a dispute with one of the subs who is here that is resolved pending paperwork and conclusion with some other aspects of the case. Mr. Nicky and I had a great conversation this morning. Our dispute primarily can be boiled down to accounting and math. And we've agreed that we would like for you to send us to a mediator to mediate in the next 60 days and give us a trial setting. On the trial setting, if it's permissible with the court, we'll do an agreed setting on that's convenient, do a docket control order. But I'm hopeful that with a very active mediator and let me just count subs. We have 3 subs and a general contractor. I believe Judge Ancliffe could get this done for us in the next 60 days, and it would probably be best if we held off on taking depositions until Judge Ancliffe had a crack at it.
Okay. Is everyone in agreement with utilizing Ancliffe on the mediation?
Harold Davis, on behalf of Jordan Foster, I have no objection to using Chris Ancliffe, but given what's been told, if that's correct, that there shouldn't be any reason why the settlement that's been reached between the plaintiff and CF Jordan can't be entered right now so that we don't have to participate anymore.
In fairness, I can answer that because yes, we would obviously like to conclude that, but Mr. Nickey's got a challenging position having taken over for a deceased president of the general contractor. And Stephen and I have had lots of discussions. He'd like to, Stephen, you can speak for yourself, but he'd like to see if we can wrap it all up.
I would like to, Your Honor, but my client's in the position, my client's dying wishes were that there be a global settlement with all the parties, including the plaintiff, before anybody settles out. And so the heirs of the estate are honoring that request. And so I'm sort of stuck.
So, Mr. Davis, did you have something else?
Do I need to attend the mediation then? I mean, the plaintiff and I have worked out a settlement that discounts my client's claim by some $300,000, which inures to the benefit of Mr. Nickey's client. We're going to tell you we'd like to get out.
I have no problem with him not attending, Your Honor.
Agreed.
Yeah, I have no objection.
Okay, so that sounds like by agreement, the court is going to say, no, you don't have to attend, Mr. Davis.
Thank you, ma'am.
With that, we'll go ahead and if you're comfortable, you all are probably more familiar with the scheduling with Judge Ancliffe. If 60 days is enough, that'll be the deadline. I'm seeing.
He's not going to be available in 60 days. I can tell you that.
In any event, you're going to get an order to mediate. I'm going to say, I know this is going to push our calendar further down. I'm going to say by December 1st. I know that's not 60 days, but I think in light of what I've heard in the past about scheduling with all of our mediators, it's very difficult. So I don't want to shortchange us on the front end. So that's going to be the deadline.
We'll try to get it scheduled as soon as possible, pursuant to Judge Ancliffe's.
I want to set a trial date because the longer we wait, the further down in 2025 we put you all. Myrna, what do we have available? I got to think we have something in summer. I was just told yesterday nobody likes to try cases in the summer, but
I'm not available until May or June, Your Honor. I've got 2 to 3 trials every month until May.
I'm thinking and this is kind of with, what we would normally schedule is we're looking at August 2025. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me to do that so far down the road, but if we're already thinking that we might not be able to get a mediation scheduled until the end of the year, that just might be what we're left with.
Yeah, Mr. Lang, would you agree we need a full week for this?
I guess so, but may I suggest that I call Myrna and get dates and circulate them by the lawyers, including Mr. Skipworth, and we'll get an agreeable date. We'll get an agreeable docket control order, and I'll work on that on the next couple of weeks. In the meantime, Stephen and I will continue to talk over the next couple of months as we exchange accounting data and see if we even need to get to Chris.
Okay. All righty. Let's make sure when we're talking about trial dates, it's that August and not on a holiday, not if we're going to September, Labor Day, all of those fun things. Oh, that sounds good. We'll get the mediation order sent out. We will have an entry of the scheduling order in 30 days. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything on this case?
No,
Nothing else, Your Honor.
Nothing else.
Thank you very much. You all are excused. Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Where are we headed, Mr. Nanez?
Page 3, Judge, we have two cases, both for Victor Manuel Mendoza. Do you want me to call them together?
4292, sure. Ms. Mendez, you're here on those?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor.
No,
Calling
Mr.
cause number 2023 DCV 4292 and 2023 DCV 3206, all styled Victor Manuel Mendoza et al. Versus Ismael Maldonado et al. Announcements, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jessica Mendez on behalf of Ms. Flores, representing the plaintiffs.
Dina Roderick, I am here on the cause number ending in 4292, representing the defendants. I am not aware of another case.
Okay, what is going, thank you, Ms. Roderick. What is going on, Ms. Mendez? I feel like I saw something about this case, but it's not coming to my head right now.
Well, Your Honor, I wish I could report more. Ms. Flores is in a deposition this morning. It's my understanding that the parties have exchanged discovery. I don't know if defense counsel can enlighten the court, but I believe written discovery has been done. I think the case is moving along in the discovery phase. But I too am unaware of this other cause number. Can I just ask if Ms. Flores is on that file as well? I don't know.
Yes, so let me, let's see. Yes, she is. Original petition, jury demand. Yes, that was filed. Back in September of 2023.
And it's the same parties, Your Honor?
It's Victor Manuel Mendoza and Jacqueline Mendoza versus Ismael Maldonado, J. Ramco, Inc., DBA La Victoria. Yep.
Well, we will need to address that, Your Honor. Yes.
The reason I'm kind of pausing here is because I feel when I saw this, it was via an email, and I just want to run that cause number really quick through my emails, and I feel like it was a while ago. And actually, that cause number, right, predates the one here, 4292. Okay, nothing coming up under that cause number. Nope. Nope. Not having looked at the petition, Ms. Mendez, not sure. Problem might be the same thing. 3206 was filed first.
Yes, Your Honor, and I was looking at 4292 since that was the cause
I
number.
think 4292 may be the only one that the defendants have been served in and appeared.
Correct. They're not served under the old cause number.
Okay.
So you all going to, I'm assuming they're the same claims. I may be wrong.
Well, Your Honor, if indeed that previous lawsuit is identical, then I don't see any hesitation to non-suit that one.
Okay. Let me see where we are on 4292. We need to set this for trial. I think we've gone past a few scheduling. Well, no, we haven't. This is our first setting as well. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
we
great.
just completed written discovery last month, Your Honor, as plaintiff's counsel said. We are missing some medical records, and we've been trying to obtain them on our own, but they're out of state providers, so it's taking a little bit longer, and opposing counsel might have had the same difficulties in trying to get them. But I think once we have the medical records, we would be willing to head to mediation. I think this is one we can probably resolve.
Are you asking me to hold off on a trial setting?
Not necessarily, just trying to update the court on where we were at.
Okay, perfect. Then I would like to enter the, get the trial date going. I do show that June 13th of next year is available. So we'll use that date. It will have all the standard deadlines in there to include the mediation deadline, which is about 31 days before our docket call. So June, is that right? June 13th, your docket call will be June 11th. You can anticipate a mediation deadline either the 13th of May or the 6th of May. I'm not sure how it will fall, but we'll get you the scheduling order. Ms. Mendez, if you'll follow up on that other cause number so we can take care of that. And then if you need any dates outside of those, we please request your hearing with Ms. Hernandez and your pleading and we'll move forward.
And Judge, can I have previous cause numbers just so I could investigate that?
2023 DCB 3206.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Ladies, if you don't have anything else, we'll just get our scheduling order going and looking maybe for a non-suit.
Okay, thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Who's next?
Page 4, Judge, top of the page.
Mhm.
Calling cause number 2023 DCB 3336, Ramon Enrique Reyes versus Heather Leanne Sotelo. Announcements, please.
Morning, Your Honor. Jeffrey Borshaw for the plaintiff.
Morning.
And Joshua Murphy on behalf of defendant Sotelo, Your Honor.
Good morning. Y'all need a trial date as well?
Yes, we do.
Can we go to August? Can we do August 1st?
Of 2025?
2025.
Yes.
Unless you're ready to go, I have a pretty full docket this August 1st.
No, I don't think we'll be ready in 2 weeks, but August of 25 is sufficient time, Judge.
Don't sell yourself short, Mr. Borshaw. You never know.
Thank you.
Bueno, 2025, you all know the way it works. We'll get you the order, pick your mediator, send it back to us, and we'll get you scheduled.
Okay,
Thank you,
very
Judge.
good, Your Honor.
Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You as well.
All right, who's next?
Same page, Judge. Now calling cause number 2023 DCB 1399, Idaho Housing and Finance Association versus the unknown heirs of Fernando Licon et al. Announcements, please.
Jamie Silver for the plaintiff.
Morning.
Morning, Your Honor. Angelica Carrion Beltran as the ad litem appointed for the unknown heirs.
Good morning. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, we are set today for a default. Let me see, an agreed judgment. There's something in agreed judgment drafts. Ms. Silver, you may proceed.
We are seeking an agreed judgment as to the unknown heirs and a default judgment as to the known heirs.
Got it.
Do you want me to proceed or?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. We attached the affidavit of Sherry Walmer for evidence to support our motion. Fernando Licon executed a note, and along with Gabriella Licon, a deed of trust. Mr. Licon passed away, and the note and the deed of trust are in default. And we are seeking foreclosure of our security interest subject, and that the interest of any heirs are subject to our security interest. Everyone was served, all the known heirs were served, the unknown heirs were served by publication, and the attorney ad litem was appointed. The evidence establishes breach of contract, that the recourse should be non-judicial foreclosure, and that the heirs' interest is in the property is subject to our security interest. Therefore, we are entitled to a judgment, and the attorney ad litem should be dismissed and granted reasonable attorney fees, which she's agreed to, or we've agreed to her fees.
Okay. Anything else, Ms. Silver?
That's it.
Ms. Beltran, anything for the court?
No, Your Honor. I traveled to the property. I've mailed letters. I have left note that the property. I've tried everything to get a response from the unknown heirs, and there has been no response.
All right. I had not yet seen, Ms. Silver, a proposed judgment. If you would please forward that. Maybe you did. If you haven't recently, please forward it to Ms. Hernandez. What were the amount of the ad litem fees?
Your Honor, we had agreed to $2,311.15, which is all documented in the invoicing that has been submitted for approval.
Okay. So the judgment and the agreed judgment and default judgment are obviously granted, including the ad litem fees of $2,311.15. If you would please forward all the corresponding paperwork, the court will sign off on it, okay?
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you.
We have signed off on everything, so I believe we just need to resend it. It probably was sent a
It
couple of weeks
probably
ago.
was, Ms. Beltran. It gets lost if it's too early. When you all are really on top of things, it's usually easier for us to just get them closer to the hearing. But no worries, we'll track it down or please send it. We're good. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your
very
Honor.
much. Y'all may be excused.
Thank you.
All right, who's next?
Same page, Judge, about that case.
Mhm.
Calling cause number 2024 DCV 0053 Desert Peaks LLC versus the J.L. Gray Company et al. Announcements, please.
Austin Caldera here for the plaintiff, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Isaac Gutierrez for J&L Gray Company, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Gabriel Perez on behalf of Blacktop Bros.
Good morning, gentlemen. We're here for a scheduling status conference. Are you all ready for a trial date?
Sure.
Yes? So we're gonna do, if you are, then we'll do August 1st, 2025. Send out the scheduling order, complete it, select your mediator. You'll have your deadlines in there, send it back to the court. You won't have to come back for that entry hearing. Anything outside of those dates, please request from the court coordinator via email and your corresponding pleading. Do any of you have anything else for the court?
I just want one thing. You said August 21st, Your Honor, right?
August 1st?
August 1st.
Mm-hmm. 2025.
Okay.
Does anybody have a problem with that date offhand? No?
As long as I'm still alive, I'll be there.
All right, then.
And Your Honor, is there going to be a pre-trial date, pre-conference?
So what we do is we'll have a docket call. There are several settings on the standard order. You'll have your the docket call is the Wednesday before that trial date. The final civil pre-trial is about 30 days before that, and your mediation deadline will be the day before that final civil pre-trial. All the dates are, I think, pretty much part of the scheduling order. And then outside of that, like I said, if you have something that needs a hearing, request it from Ms. Hernandez and we'll get you set.
Sounds good, Your Honor.
Okay. The entry of that scheduling order is in 2 weeks. If you haven't returned to Ms. Hernandez before then, you don't have to appear.
Sounds good, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Y'all take care.
You too, Judge.
You too.
Okay. I see our friendly suit folks are here. Is there anything we have before we get to that? I see a few people. Mr. Acosta, Mr. Borja, Mr. Morales, Mr. Pax.
Judge, I'm here for Kurt Paxson here for a status conference on a case, Judge Rivas versus County.
Got you. Page 2. Calling cause number 2022 DCB 3342, Miriam Rivas and Edward Rivas versus El Paso County, Texas, and Lorenzo Javier Juarez. I have announcements, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rolando Morales on behalf of Ms. Lebanati, here for plaintiffs.
Judge Kirk Pax for the County of El Paso. The employee has now been dismissed from the lawsuit, though. The county should be seen as the only defendant going forward.
Okay. All righty. I have a notation here, need jury trial setting. Is this the one that we passed that one time when there was another trial? Yes. All right.
I believe so.
How are you all? You all are just ready to go?
Judge, this case needs to be tried. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, this might be asking a lot. Miss Myrna, do we know offhand? I don't mean to laugh, but I feel like, let me see what Myrna is going to say in terms of a trial setting. I feel like all our trials are going to go away this week. I don't want to jinx it. I'm like, you're really, really wanting to go to trial. Might have a panel for you on Friday. But I know we're not totally in the offhand, well, how about November? Is there something in November, Myrna?
I'm checking, Judge.
I actually would like to do it sooner, but I have a feeling our schedule will not work.
No, Judge, there's special settings the first, the 8th.
Anything before November? Well, while she's looking at that, Mr. Morales, Mr. Paxson, what are your thoughts if I were to refer you to one of the referral judges, either Judge Alcala or Judge Burrell? And the only reason I bring that up is because of scheduling. They may have a little more flexibility.
Judge, we'd have no objection to Judge Alcala. I've tried cases with him before.
So have I, Judge. I don't see an issue with that.
There's nothing available in October, Judge.
I know September is a real problem. Let's just take a last stab at August. Oh.
August 16th, Judge, there's no civil settings, only regular trials on criminal matters.
Okay, let me look at that.
Judge, I am set, and I do believe I'm going in the 70th District Court of Ector County.
Okay. Is that the only one in August? Yeah. Oh, there's a lot set on that day.
Yeah, the 23rd has a special setting, Judge.
Let me look at that one. But you're going to be in trial. I'm sorry, Mr. Paxson, when did you say?
That the 19th, Judge, I'm set for trial. And ironically, the plaintiff's name in that case is also Rivas, but that's the 70th District Court of Ector County.
Yeah, the special setting on the 23rd we anticipate is going.
Judge, on August the 2nd, there's a special setting on Jacob Urrutia with Mr. Darnell. It's a special setting. I'm just not sure on that.
Let me just look at everyone else there. What do you think about August 2nd? Like, what is it, 2 weeks?
Judge, I have some trial settings, but I haven't received any notice that any of them are going. One of them's actually in your court, Jordan versus Johnson. Yes, Judge, I'll notify I think I'm going to be having a county commissioner sit with me during this trial. I'll immediately notify Commissioner Coronado, and but yeah, August 2 looks good.
There are some things on the calendar, Your Honor, for plaintiff. May be a little too soon for us.
Why don't
Judge,
Monday?
Also, September 27th, we've got the special setting on Cifuentes, but I don't know what the status is on that one.
That's a murder, Myrna? Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Judge, we'll be ready and be there with bells on September 27th.
Mr. Morales, you all gonna have bells on? Is that here's I'm gonna put those 2 dates out there, okay? August 2nd and September 27th.
Judge,
Go ahead.
Judge, we request September 27th. I mean, that gives everybody plenty of time to be ready, and we do need to get this case tried.
Okay. Mr. Morales, are you seeing anything that is making September 27th not workable?
I see another trial setting, Your Honor. I just don't know where we are in that court's docket. That's all I see.
Judge, I do have 2 other trial settings, one in the 243rd, one in the 41st. I'll be moving for continuance on the one in the 41st. I just didn't get this case tried. We have many trial settings, but few trials, as it turns out, Judge. And this one's going to be a trial. And that's why if we can put this one down with a bullet off of September 27th, we'll talk to the other judges about letting us go if need be.
Myrna, I hear you. So I'm looking at the 27th. I'm looking at the special setting that we have the week before. We can do it. We can
Your
do
Honor,
it.
for clarification, the trial that I brought up is in County Court at Law number 3, and it's on the 23rd of September.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Do you know how long that trial is? Is that a,
There are several parties sued.
so the 27th is not workable?
It may run into your trial date, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm gonna set it for September 27th, noting that, Mr. Morales, you know, things can happen. I'll tell you this, if we cannot do that date, I feel comfortable that I'm gonna refer you to one of the other, to the referral courts. Okay.
For that same week, Judge?
No, what happens
Okay.
is, I send you over to them and then they start working on a schedule. We can obviously notify whoever it is, either Judge Alcala or Judge Baril, that this case just needs a trial setting, get a panel and let's go. But that still may take some time and it's according to their schedule.
Judge, I'm not tendering a formal objection to Judge Badil. I just was on the wrong side of her last race for Chief Justice. And so I prefer Judge Alcala if we could.
I don't have an issue doing that. I just kind of tend to, out of habit, to send them to him anyway. I just don't want him to think that I'm giving him too much work. But let's try that date. Let's try that date. It's really just tight scheduling, and I don't want to be giving you dates that, you know, either are not workable.
And Judge, am I at liberty to go ahead and the 41st will be moving for continuance, the 243rd have a trial setting. I think that's going to get moved as well. But if need be,
To say that you have to be here, yes.
Great, thank you, Judge. That helps.
Okay, Mr. Morales, feel free to provide the court more information if it really is absolutely unworkable, right? We don't have to wait until the week of to find out that, oh no, or the week before that you're going to be in CC3 for 2 weeks, you know?
Over, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Let's go with that. Let's put the docket call 2 days before that. So that's September 25th. Okay,
Great, Judge.
thanks, gentlemen. Have a good day.
Likewise, Your Honor. Thank you.
Take care. All right, who's next?
Page 4, Judge, bottom of the page.
Who?
Page 4 at the bottom of the page, Jesse R. Sanchez.
No. I see Mr. Acosta. Is he here on Pedro Morales?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Borschow, you are here on who?
I am here on Harvey Piedra. Mr.
Okay.
John Joseph is on the other side. I don't see.
Okay. Okay, let's start with Mr. Acosta's case. I'm sorry, I already lost where it was. Where is it? Okay, calling cause number 2023 DCV 1335 Pedro Morales versus Copperstone General Contractors et al. May I have announcements, please?
Alejandro Acosta on behalf of the plaintiff, Pedro Morales. I don't see any of the defense counsel on the Zoom, Your Honor.
Okay, do we know, did they receive notice of today's hearing? Have you been in contact with them, Mr. Acosta?
Yes, Your Honor, we've been working on discovery. I assume the notice was e-filed, so I would think they would have received it since it was.
Mr. Medina, do you see that someone opened the notice for today's hearing?
I'm looking into it, Judge.
Thank you. Who are you dealing with, Mr. Acosta?
Michael Williams and Charles Kibler out of Houston with the Brown Sims law firm.
Did we receive anything from them, Mr. Nanez or Ms. Hernandez?
No, ma'am.
I just checked, Judge. I don't have anything.
Okay, thank you. So we were back here on May 1st and we pushed this for scheduling status conference reset. I'm just gonna give you all the trial date.
That works for us, Your Honor.
August 1st, we're going to send out the scheduling order. Mr. Nanez, Mr. Hernandez, please make note that defense counsel did not appear today.
Oh, Judge, defense counsel, it shows that they did not open the notice.
Okay. They did not appear. All righty. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Acosta.
Thank you, Your Honor. Might be excused.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a
Take
good
care,
day.
Ms. Borshaw. You too. Ms. Borshaw, 3565. You're on page 1.
Yes, Your Honor.
All righty. And Mr. Joseph, did he also not appear? Is there anyone here on behalf of Mr. Joseph? Calling cause number 2023 DCV 3565, Harvey Piedra versus City of El Paso and El Paso Water. May I have announcements, please?
Your Honor, Patricia Borshaw for the on behalf of the defendant, El Paso Water.
And I do not, is anyone here on behalf of plaintiff? We're set for a scheduling status conference. Mr. Medina, can I ask you on this cause number to also check the notice? And Mr. Nanez, Ms. Hernandez, have we had any contact from John Joseph?
I have not, Judge.
Okay, Judge, I see
ma'am.
on John Joseph, it was opened on May 24th of this year.
Okay. Ms. Borshaw, have you been in contact with Mr. Joseph?
Your Honor, I did call him yesterday and left a voice message, and I emailed him this morning, but other than that, I haven't had any contact with him. I think if the court is okay with it, if we could just set it for trial, that way I can start some communications with him.
I'm not inclined to do that. When people open settings and don't show up, how about we set it for a dismissal in 1 week?
That would be fine, Your Honor.
All right, that's what we're doing. Thank you, Ms. Borshaw. I apologize for delayed so long for us to call your case.
No worries at all, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You may.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Mr. Murphy and Mr. Sanders, you're on 3519.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Calling cause number 2022 DCV 3519, Lluvia Banuelos versus Luis Mendoza Flores. May I have announcements, please?
Charles Sanders on behalf of the plaintiff, Lluvia Banuelos.
And Joshua Murphy on behalf of defendant Mendoza Flores, Your Honor.
Good morning. We are set for a status conference. How are we doing on this one?
Well, we had a mediation scheduled for last Monday, but the storm hit Houston at the exact time the mediation was there. So we have to reschedule the mediation. Apologies, Judge.
Well, you don't have to apologize for a hurricane. How soon do you think you all are going to be able to get set?
Judge, we'll look at availability. I'm open to using other mediators as well. I know that they're pretty far back is my only concern, Judge, but we're trying to circle, or we'll circle dates and see as soon as we can get it on the books.
I'll put you down for 60 days out for another status conference. Please see if you can get something scheduled before then, so we don't have to keep pushing things back without, some sense of certainty, okay?
Yes,
absolutely, Judge.
Thank you very much. We'll see you in 60 days.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. What happened to 2024 DCV 1915?
We have one attorney here, Judge, Mr. Shaw.
Ethan Shaw for the plaintiff, Your Honor.
Okay, and Mr. Murphy's here on that one too, right?
Yes, Your Honor, on behalf of defendant.
This is cause number 2024 DCV 1915, scheduling status conference. How about you all tell me you already resolved it? It's been a morning, no?
I think all we need is a trial date, Your Honor, and we can get a schedule in place.
Sure, we'll do August 1st. How's that? August 1st, 2025? Okay. You all know the drill, I think. We'll send you that scheduling order, return it to us. Anything outside of those dates, come back and let us know.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good day.
Judge.
Bye-bye.
You as well.
Okay, my last question is as to the number 1 case on page 1, Galaxy International Purchasing. That was set for a default.
Checked in anybody for that one, Judge.
Let's call it. Calling cause number 2023 DCV 3622, Galaxy International Purchasing versus Scott Bays. May I have announcements, please? Mr. Medina, can you please check the notices regarding today's hearing? Tell me if people open things.
Yes, of course, Judge.
Thank you.
So what I am seeing is, I'm sorry, the computer's being a little slow.
Sure.
Okay, so the 3 notices, one to ABC Legal Dallas, ABC Legal Services was not opened. The one sent to Law Firm Texas at Raustrom.com was opened on the 24th of May, and the ABC Legal was not opened.
Okay, have we had any contact from plaintiff attorney? I'm showing the attorney of record being Jacob Meismer. Any contact from that attorney?
No, ma'am.
Okay, this
No, ma'am.
case is going to be dismissed for want of prosecution for failure to appear today. Dismissed. Thank you. Mr. Biganowski and
Hi, Your
everybody
Honor.
who was here on the friendly suit, my apologies for the
that's all right.
delay. I know I did receive Ms. Henshu's report. I would just ask your quick indulgence so I can give Ms. Deborah 5 minutes or so for a break because we've been going since 10 a.m. Ms. Deborah?
Sure, Your Honor.
I'm good, Your Honor, unless you need a break.
I don't. Is everybody good? Okay.
We're good. We have
All
one
right.
wish. We have one preliminary issue, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Biganowski, let me just call it really quickly, okay?
Sure.
Calling cause number 2023 DCV 2343, Jesse R. Sanchez individually versus Doe 1. May I have announcements, please?
Yeah, for plaintiff Sanchez Victor Biganowski, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Morning.
For the defendant, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Soraya Ganat Honshu, court appointed ad litem for the minor Leila Sanchez. Good morning,
Good
Your Honor.
morning, everyone.
Okay.
How are we doing?
Your Honor, I
What?
somewhat created a problem.
Well, let me talk, Randy, okay? This morning, about 10 minutes, 15 minutes ago, Mr. Gramling sent me a copy of what he says is an Optum lien, even though it isn't a lien. And he brought it to my attention. There's no hospital liens. There's no liens filed. We were not put on notice of any liens. But now that he brought it to my attention, I'm duty bound to look into it. Even though I don't think there is a lien, I do have to look into that. So my question is, Your Honor, do we go ahead with the hearing and just leave open whether the settlement isn't somehow some paid to Optum, some paid to my client, or how does the court wish to proceed?
Well, let me ask. I actually wouldn't be so averse to proceeding with anything that we have prepared to go forward today, any testimony. My concern is the extent to which Ms. Hanshu may also have to look into any potential liens. If this was just brought to your attention a few minutes before the hearing, I just assume we reset it.
That's fine with me,
I
Your
hate to
Honor.
say that, especially because you all have been waiting, but we do need to cross our T's, dot our I's. Ms. Hanshu, thank you for sending your report in anticipation of today's hearing. How
Sure.
much time are we talking about? 30 or 60
Well,
days?
Optum normally takes 30 to 60 days.
Okay, we're going to
So-
reset you for 60 days with our fingers crossed that we can actually go forward. If you have an
Okay.
updated report, Ms. Hanshu, then please, if you'll forward it back up to the court and we'll look at it then. Thank you for your patience this
Your Honor, I want to
morning.
apologize to everybody first. I'm the one that created the problem, and Mr. Biganowski's always been very patient. I owe him an apology. Also to Soraya, I created the problem. I should have looked at this yesterday or the day before. I did a one last search for a lien. It may be an ERISA lien, I don't know, but just to protect myself, I did. I should have pulled it out, and I owe Victor a apology. Victor, I'm sorry. Soraya, I am sorry.
That's
Thank
all
you
right.
very much, counsel, for your
Okay.
professionalism, but we'll
Yes,
get
sure.
you reset for 60 days.
May we
Okay.
be excused, Your Honor?
Absolutely. Have a good
All right.
day. Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
Your Honor.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Deborah. All right.
welcome.
We're good to go. Thank you.